It's Monday, and the first letter of Monday is M. The first letter of magic is M as well. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but unfortunately, this is a magic channel. So therefore, let's get into a little bit of a card trick tutorial. It's unfortunate, I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. There are some of you guys that actually want to lose your virginity, and I'm not helping. I'm not helping with these card trick tutorials, but you know what? I think I'm doing a due diligence. I'm thinking about the virgins as well. I got your back. Today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a card at number trick. It's a complicated one, all right? It's a little bit of a complex one. It's not going to be an easy trick. You're going to need to do a couple sleights, and where else could you learn the best in sleights other than the Pigcake Magic Academy? You've heard me shill it time after time. You also have rave reviews all around. 2 videos every single week going over card, going over coin stuff. 400 videos already. Hundreds of hours of material just there waiting. $5 a month. What is that? That's a bicycle park tool a month. You could do that. All right, you could do that, learn some magic, 2 videos every single week. Doesn't matter if I get ran over by a GMC Terrain that was driven by a dumb Nicaraguense cunt that wasn't paying attention to any sort of stop signs because apparently her commute is more important than human life. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna still keep posting. I could have this COVID-19 and you know I'm gonna still keep posting from the hospital bed. It does not matter. Nothing will stop me. $5 a month. Go ahead, check it out. So let's just cut to the little bit of a crotch cam. I'm gonna have to digitally re-edit this film so that I could actually shorten my massive bulge, but that's just a service to YouTube. So let's just do a little bit of a swish transition to the crotch cam now. Sup, dog? I heard you like card tricks. I heard you like card tricks, dog. What's up, What's up, cousin? How you doing there, huh? How's the street treating you? Yeah, it's hard out here in the streets. So here you're gonna have a card picked. In this case, it's gonna be the 6 of diamonds. That card is gonna get lost in the middle of the deck. I don't want you to think that the card is on top. It's definitely not on top. It's not even second from the top. Some people tend to think that. It's not on the bottom. So get your mind out of the gutter, okay? What I want you to do, sir, I want you to name any number between, let's just say 1 and 10 for the sake of brevity here, because I really don't want to deal through a lot of cards here. So go ahead, name any number. Of course, at this point, you're reminded that you are alone in life and there's nobody actually here. So you have to take the part of the particular spectator that would name the number. So let's just say for the sake of explanation, your participant happens to say the number 7. Well, you go, that's great. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. And that would be 7 right there, sir. You could have really picked any one of these cards, but you happen to pick which card, sir? The 6 of diamonds. That's great. That's the card that I thought. That's the exact card at the number that you named. Oh boy, I know what you're saying. You're probably saying, do it again. You're saying do it again because I don't think that you could do that again with my card, the 6 of diamonds. And at this point I say, look, all right, your mom doesn't love you. You're here watching a card trick. What do you have? You don't have anything. So what are you telling me to do stuff, huh? I should be telling you to do stuff, you bitch. I'll tell you what, I'll do it again just for you. I'll take the card and we'll put it back. We'll put it back where it came from. In this case, 7s. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No duplicates, no extra cards. Your card is at the number you named twice. Think about that next time you make a request, bitch. Think about it.
Think about it.
You think about it.
Here's a little bit of a tutorial. Here's how to do it. Here's how to do the trick. So here's how to do this. You're gonna have a card picked and controlled to the top via your favorite method. In this case, we have the 3 of clubs, and I'm just gonna put a pinky there, separating both halves. You see that? You see that? That's the 3. So my pinky there is letting me know that the card directly underneath my gross, disgusting pinky fat is in fact the king of clubs. So right now I could easily grab all the cards above my break, in this case, and then just shuffle them to the bottom. You see that? Magic doesn't really take a lot of work. People assume this is harder than it is, but it's not. And right now, that card is on top of the deck. Easy peasy. Just like stealing an underage toddler from its crib. It's very easy. So now at this point, one thing that we need to do is we need to put one more card on top of that. So while I'm shuffling, while I'm mixing, and while that card is controlled to the top of the deck, I'm just going to take a card from the bottom and put it on top. The reason for that is because this card is going to need to be surreptitiously turned over in a face-up position. Actually, as a matter of fact, second from the top of the deck in order for this method to work. So the way we do that is that we're going to tell the spectator a fib. We're going to lie to them and say that their card is not on top of the deck. Well, it's technically a truth. Their card is second from the top of the deck, but here's the fib part. Because as you're showing that their card is not on top, you're going to put your dirty pinky in there once again, like it's a 5th grade prom and you're not sure of what to do sexually. So you're going to put your pinky there and you're going to lift up 2 cards as one as you turn over what technically is the 3rd card from the top of the deck and say, look, your card's not even second from the top of the deck. So at this point, I'm going to square these 2 cards up, turn this whole packet face down, and guess what that does? That puts their card where it needs to be, in this case, second from the top of the deck. You see what it is? You see what it is? We're liars. This isn't real. All right, this isn't real. This is a lie. And this is how we do things. We perpetuate lies through methods. So right now, their card is second from the bottom, face up. We could say their card's not anywhere near the top. It's not on the bottom, all right? It's not one of these things. What I want you to do, sir, is go ahead, name any number between, let's say, 1 and 15. Now here, as they're talking, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna make sure that you acquire a break underneath the 2nd card from the top of the deck, which if by this time you haven't remembered that it's the spectator's card, well, I doubt that you have the capacity for card tricks and legerdemain. So in this case, I have a pinky break. Whatever number the spectator names, let's say they happen to name 8, I'm just gonna pinch these 2 cards off as 1 as I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I say 8? I meant 10, right? Let's say this is the 10th card. So I'm gonna count down till this is the 10th card. And if you noticed one more time, I've pinched these 2 cards as 1. Now, if you know a little bit of a push-off technique, you could do that. My push-off is the equivalent of actually trying to get laid. So as you could see, it doesn't work that well. But if you could do a push-off, I would recommend doing that. But if not, just grab 2 cards as 1. So grab these 2 cards as 1, and you're gonna count down to the number that they name. So let's say, again, they say 10. You're gonna go, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 right there, sir. You could have picked any one of these cards. Notice what I did. I turned over the whole pile face up on top of the deck, which is to show them the cards that they could have landed on. So they could have landed on any one of these cards. As a matter of fact, if they named any different number, they could have been easily one of these cards. Notice what that does, though. You see what that does? You see what that does? This is an X card because this is now their card. In turning over this little bit of a pile, in turning over this pile face up, that actually places the spectator's card to be the first face down card that they see. So they think that's the 10th card. Really, it's the card they picked. It's the 3 of clubs. So now when I spread through these and I say, but you named 10, which happens to be the 3 of clubs, of course they're gonna lose their nut because that's the card they picked. Now at this point, you could repeat the effect. You could finish here, and you know, oh look, I found your card, you named a number, and there it is. But you could repeat it at this point by just taking this 3 of clubs and putting it on top of the deck. Because if you notice, you have a card there. You have a face-up card there. So all you need to do at this point is your favorite double lift. So you're gonna lift up these cards, which if you have cards that are adequately boxed and there's no humidity in the air, of which there happens to be plenty of here, you could lift these 2 cards up as 1 with your thumb. You see that? So now I have a little bit of a double lift here, a little bit of a double lift. I could turn these 2 cards over as 1, and now I'm ready to repeat the effect. By turning these cards and putting them on top of the deck, I could just simply take this card, bring it on top, and do whatever vanish you want. If you want, you could do this little bit of a move, where apparently it looks like you're taking it in the hand. Really, it's on top of the deck. If you want, you could just place it on top of the deck and wait. Just place it on top of the deck and wait and stare at them and go, oh look, I'll do it again. Look, if I shake the deck, your card is gone. Your card is gone, but it's not forgotten. As a matter of fact, it's in the same place that we left it. Go ahead, sir. You count down to your number. Count down again, and you're gonna see that we've repeated the miracle twice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course the 10th card happens to be your card. once again. So you could repeat the trick. You could repeat it just because of that little double lift situation you're left in. So it's a fairly complex trick in terms of actually doing it. I know that there are easier methods, but this is just the one that allows you to repeat the trick and allows you to take advantage of a little bit of subtlety in the fact that that card is actually face up. This works very well as a force, by the way. If you have the spectator, and this is the force card, if you have the spectator lift up and turn over, the cards face up in the deck. If you spread through until the first face down card, which you're gonna have to be careful not to flash the card under it, guess what? That's the force card. That could be the force card. So this works very well as a force as well. So look at that, little bit of a bonus, a little bit of a Brucey bonus for you guys there with that hot card trick. Now I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Hey man, how do you manage to deal with all the women that you get aroused because of your card tricks? And honestly, it's hard work. It's hard work because I have to have some sort of bouncer that takes care of the list just to make sure that I'm not exhausted. There has to be a point of time where I take breaks, I drink Gatorade, I stay hydrated, and it's hard work, but it's manageable. It's definitely manageable. That's the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys do all the things that people do when it comes to videos. Stay safe out there. These are hard times, and make sure that your moms know where you guys are at. I mean, they definitely know where you guys are at because most of you are in their basements, but that's fine. Let them know that you're fine in the basement. I'm going to go and figure out different ways to answer text messages. Several text messages. You think if you think hard enough, you could nut? No.